بسم الله ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. Inshallah, we'll proceed with our discussion on Tawheed, and today we'll be taking on Al-Imanu bil Malaika, that is having faith in the angels. Al-Kalmatul Jadida, the new words. Wakala means to entrust someone or to put someone in charge of something. Kiram, honored, or respected. Fatrah, to be tired, or someone to be tired is fatrah. Yaftu, that is mudara. Qarana means to compare something, or to make someone a companion of someone. Qarana. Maratib, that is a plural of martaba. Stages is maratib. Arwah, that is a plural of ruh, that is spirits. Muwakkal, from wakala, to entrust or to put someone in charge. So muwakkal means the one that is being put in charge, the one being entrusted with something is called muwakkal. Qatun, mana matar, rain. Qatun means rain. Surun can mean form, or it can mean picture. Mamat are the dead one. Hafaza means from hafiz, that's a singular, more of a preserver or a protector. So the plural is hafaza. So the angels, they are called hafaza. They are preservers, they are protectors. Ijmal, that is summary is ijmal. Hamala, that's the plural of hamil, that is a carrier. Hamil. So here the plural is hamala, that is al-arsh, that is those that bear, or the bearer, those that bear the throne of Allah, those that carry the throne of Allah. Ahsa means to compute something, or to count. Uluwun means highness or loftiness. Now it says, Ma'na al-iman bil malaika. What is the meaning of having faith in the angels? What tasdeeq? It is for one to believe بأن لله ملائكة, that Allah has angels. Mawjudin, these angels, they are available. Some people think that angels are just fiction, they're just false statements, that they do not exist. But the Muslims believe that angels, they are mawjudin, they are available, they exist. Makhluqin min nur, they have been created from light. We humans have been created from clay. The angels were created from light. قَدْ وَكَّلَهُمُ اللَّهُ بِشُؤُونِ خَلْقِهِ. Allah has wakala, to entrust, right, or to put in charge. Allah has entrusted them with the shu'un, with the affairs of His creatures, with the humans, living and non-living things. So Allah entrusted the angels with the affairs of all His creatures, both the humans and non-humans. وَوَصَفَهُمْ, Allah described these angels بِأَنَّهُمْ, that they are what? لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. These angels, they never for once disobey Allah. They never disobey Allah with regards to what He commanded them with. ويفعلون ما يؤمرون, and they do it, and they abide with what they have been commanded with, or they follow Allah's commandments. وأنهم, Allah described them again by saying, يُسَبِّحُونَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ لَا يَفْتُرُونَ. They glorify Allah during the night and during the day. لا يفترون. They never get tired. In contrary to we humans, we do get tired. Sometimes we want to relax, we want to sleep. But the angels, they never sleep and they're never tired. So they glorify Allah day and night, 24 hours, without getting tired. Uluwu darajatil malaika. Now let's look at the loftiness or the highness of the grades or the status of the angels. وَلِعَظَمِ شَأْنِهِمْ. Because of their affairs, because of the affairs of the angels, how great it is. وَعُلُوِّ دَرَجَتِهِمْ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. And because of their loftiness with regards to their Lord, Allah has placed them high. قَرَنَهُمُ اللَّهُ بِاسْمِهِ فِي الصَّلَاةِ. Allah put side by side. Allah put side by side His name with their names. Allah put side by side the angels' names alongside Allah's names. Allah's name. In what? Fi salati ala nabi. In sending salawat upon the messenger of Allah. Allah said, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Verily Allah and His angels. Now see, Allah put side by side His names and His name and the angels. Verily Allah and His angels, they send salawat, they send salutations upon the Prophet in Surah Al-Ahzab. وَأَقْسَمَ بِهِمْ فِي عَدَدٍ مِّن سُوَرِ الْقُرْآنِ. Allah swore by the angels in many verses of the Quran. And Allah can only swear with something that is important. So Allah swore by the angels. Allah said, like the one in Surah Al-Safat, I swear by the angels. That standing rules. وَالْمُرْسَلَاتِ. Allah swear by the angels. وَالنَّازِعَاتِ. Allah swear by the angels. All these are actions that have been carried out by the angels. Now, for As-Safat, it means Allah swear by the angels that arranged in ranks, As-Safat, that arranged in ranks. While Al-Mursalat, Allah swear by the angels that are being sent either to the prophet or to the righteous ones. وَالنَّازِعَاتِ. Allah swear by the angels that take out the soul of the disbelievers with violence. All these are attributes attributed to the angels. وَنَصَّ عَلَى تَكْرِيمِ اللَّهِ لَهُمْ. And Allah has made a text honoring them, honoring the angels. فَإِنَّهُمْ يَعْبُدُونَ اللَّهَ عِبَادَةً عَظِيمًا. These angels, they worship Allah, a great aspect of worship. They worship Allah a lot. وَيَخَافُونَهُ خَوْفًا شَدِيدًا. And they are afraid of Allah a lot, more than the way we are afraid of Allah. Despite that they worship Allah often, they are also afraid of Allah, more than the way we are afraid of Allah. قال الله تعالى. Allah said in Most High, وَهُمْ مِنْ خَشْيَتِهِ مُشْفِقُونَ. And they, from the reverence of Allah, or from the awe of Allah, they are what? Mushfiqun. They are afraid. From the greatness and the reverence for Allah, they are what? Mushfiqun. They are afraid. Asnaf al-malaika. Let's look at the kinds of the angels and their position. As we say, the angels are of types. They have different positions and different functions. Al-Quran al-Kareem mamlu'un bidhikr al-malaika. The Quran is filled with statements of the angels. Faminhum, some of them that were mentioned in the Quran were Jibril, Mikael, Israfil. Wahumul muwakkaluna bil hayat. These three angels, they are in charge of life. These three angels are the one in charge of life. Life in what essence? Let's explain. Come along with me. For Jibril, as for Jibril, muwakkalun bil wahi. Jibril is what? Is being entrusted with wahi, with revelation. Alladhi bihi hayatul qulub. Revelation that by it the heart would find any tranquility, in which by it the heart and the arwah and the spirit would find tranquility, in which there will be life in the heart and there will be life in the spirit. So it's one that will bring in revelation to the prophet, in which in it the heart will find life and tranquility. Wa Mikael, as for Mikael, muwakkalun bil qatr, is one in charge of what? Sending down rain. Pouring down rain to us. Alladhi bihi hayatul ardi wal nabati wal hayawan. In which by this rain, it will bring the earth, it will bring the crops, it will bring the animals to life. وإسرافيل and إسرافيل موكل بالنفخ في الصور الذي به حياة الخلق بعد مماتهم. And Israfil is the one in charge of blowing the trumpet. So As-Sur here will not translate it to be what? To be form, as we said, or picture. Rather, it's also called trumpet. Trumpet. So yeah, it is used as trumpet and not picture or form. It also means form or picture, but the context here will make us to make use of it as trumpet. So Israfil is the one in charge of blowing the trumpet, الذي به حياة الخلق, in which by it will revive the creatures بعد مماتهم, after their death. So you can say that these three angels, Jibril, Mikael, and Israfil, they are in charge of what? Of life. وَمِنْهُمْ حَمَلَةُ الْعَرْشِ. Among them also, we have the angels in charge of bearing Allah's throne, those that carry Allah's throne. In real sense, Allah is the one carrying them, not them carrying Allah, because Allah is free from all sort of imperfections. So Allah just put them there to show His power, His magnificence. وَالْحَفَظُ. We also have those that are in charge of protecting the humans. As we are told that if we want to sleep, if you should recite Ayatul Kursi and the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, that Allah will put in charge of you an angel to guide you till the morning. So these are the what? They are the Hafadha, the angels that preserve humans. وَالْكِرَامُ الْكَاتِبِينَ. And respected scribes, writers, those that pen down our good and bad deeds. There are angels in charge of that. وَمِنْهُمْ Malik. Among them too is Malik, Khazinun Nar, the one in charge of hellfire, the gatekeeper to hellfire. وَرِضْوَان. Likewise Ridwan, Khazinul Jannah, the gatekeeper to paradise. May Allah count us among those that will enter paradise and not hellfire. Amen. وَمَلَكُ Maut. And likewise the angel of death. So it is wrong for us to call him Azrael or Azrael. No, it's wrong. His name, as Allah mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-Sajdah, is Malakul Maut. Allah said, قُلْ يَتَوَفَّاكُمْ Malakul Maut. Say that Malakul Maut is the one that takes your soul. So his name is Malakul Maut and not Azrael. Likewise, Munkar wa Nakir. These two angels, Al-Muwakkalani bisu'al al-Mayyit. They are the one in charge of what? Of asking the dead, fi qabrihim, in their graves. They will ask them about who is their Lord, Rabbihi wa dinihi, what is their religion, wa nabiyyihi, and their prophet. It says, wujub al-imani bil malaika. Now let's talk about, it is compulsory for us to believe in the angels. It says, yajibu al-imanu bil malaika. It is a must for you to believe in the angels. Jumlatan wa tafsilan. You believe in them all together. That is, all the angels, that they all exist. You don't know their numbers, but you believe that they all exist. What of sealing and in details. That is, those ones that Allah has described to us in the Quran, like in the Jibril, Mikael, Israfil, those that bear Allah's throne, those that preserve the humans while they are sleeping, those that write down our good and bad deeds, those that will ask the dead in their grave. All of these, we believe in them in details. And those angels that were not described to us in the Quran and neither in the Hadith, we believe in them in summary. فَمَنْ ذُكِرَ اسْمُهُ أَوْ عَمَلُهُ. Anyone that his name is being mentioned, or his work, his action, his position, or his duty is being mentioned in the Quran or in the Hadith, نُؤْمِنُ بِهِ تَفْسِيرًا. We believe in them in details. Everything that was said about them, we believe in all. No exclusion. وَمَنْ لَمْ يُذْكَرِ اسْمُهُ. And the one that his name was not mentioned to us, our amaluhu, neither was his action, his duty mentioned to us in the Quran nor in the Sunnah, فهو داخل في الإيمان بالملائكة إجمالا. Such, we are going to believe in them. We believe in them as believing in the angels. But that will be what? Ijmalan. We believe in them in summary. We just believe that they exist, even if their names, neither their duty, are being known to us. ولا يحصى عدد الملائكة إلا الله. No one knows the amount, or no one can count the numbers of the angels. إلا الله, except Allah. Only Allah knows the amount of angels He has created. Allah said in Musha in Surah Al-Muddathir, وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. Surah Al-Muddathir verse 31. Allah said that none know the soldiers of your Lord, إِلَّا هُ, except Him. So only Allah knows the angels, that the amount of angels He has created. So these are part of the 6 articles of faith a believer in Allah must have. For one to believe in the angels, that they exist and they never for one disobey Allah in whatever He has commanded them with, and they never get tired with worshipping Allah. To the extent that it was said that on the day of Qiyamah, the angels will say to Allah, after having worshipped Allah for so many years without resting, they will say to Allah, Subhanak, ma abadnaka haqqa ibadatik. Glory be to you, Allah. Verily, we do not worship you. We've not worshipped you the way you ought to be worshipped. We've not worshipped you the way you ought to be worshipped. This will be the statement of the angels. After having worshipped Allah for so long, without any sin, without getting tired, and yet they will say this to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What about we? We that sometimes we fall short with worshipping Allah. Sometimes we commit sin, we fall, we have shortcomings. So we have no excuse but to continue seeking Allah's istighfar, Allah's forgiveness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us our shortcomings and ease our fears, and grant us al-Jannah, and save us from His hellfire and His punishment. إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.